Guys, what is up? Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I'm super excited to show you what's going on today. I have been asked by Saramonic to be part of a product release with them. So sit back, buckle up, and I think you're going to enjoy what I have to show you today. So before we get started, yes, Saramonic did send me this product to take a look at, review, and see if it was something that I thought you guys could benefit from. But that does not obligate me in any way, shape, or form to talk about this product a certain way. All of the opinions in this video are my own, and Saramonic does not get to see this video before you guys do. So check this thing out. This is the Air SE. Now, this isn't your average creator microphone situation. This is a mobile content creator first microphone. And what that means is this is geared specifically towards people like me who film most of their content on an iPhone, or somebody who films most of their content on an Android style device. Okay. So why am I even entertaining this idea? You guys know that for a long time I've been a big fan of the Hollyland Lark M2 microphones. That's actually what you're hearing right now, so that I can show you the Saramonic Air SE in its entirety. And then I'll make the switch. I'll put that on and set you guys up on that so that you can hear it while I talk about some of the details. But I want to show it to you first. So, boom, there it is. That's it. That's the whole thing. Wild, right? Okay, so size comparison before we get into the details. Here's the case for the Hollyland. Here is the Saramonic. There's the tops. Here's the end. Yeah, this thing can just go in my pocket. This does not fit in my pocket very well. Now, granted, the Hollyland is the full kit, right? So you've got the camera receiver, 2 microphones in the case, and then you've got your adapters, which are outside of the case, which is kind of inconvenient because you have to carry the bag, blah, blah, blah. This is all you carry. This is it. That's the whole thing. How did they get this so small? This is what they call an open charging case, meaning there's no door, there's no hinge. Your microphone's attached to the end magnetically on either end, and some pretty strong magnets. And then on the back here is your receiver. That easy. There are 2 configurations of this. You can get it with just the USB-C receiver, or for I believe 20 bucks more, you can get it with the lightning adapter as well. Now, I don't have a reason to have a lightning adapter in my life at this point, but if you do, the option is there. These at release, I believe, are going to be 50 bucks, so $49. And then $69 for both adapters. So you are now hearing the Saramonic Air SE. It is secured magnetically to my chest, just like the Hollyland would be. The difference is this has a few more features that I find really, really cool. One of those is the power button that's on the side of this can start and stop recordings in the Blackmagic camera app, which is what I use to film all my videos with. We have 48 kilohertz 24-bit depth audio. What does that mean? That means 48,000 samples per second in recording audio, as well as 24-bit audio depth, which is the standard for high-resolution audio. There's 124 decibels of SPL with this microphone, so you have plenty of headroom for both loud and soft environments. Something else really cool with this microphone is their AI noise cancellation model. Now, what is this? Most environmental noise canceling is done in a very traditional way, where a microphone takes in the environment around you, inverts that waveform, sends it back at itself, and this cancels out stable noise. And stable noise means like the hum of this refrigerator behind us, or maybe a coffee pot brewing in the background. What it does not do is take care of sudden noises in the environment. So things like traffic, things like gust of wind all of a sudden, stuff like that. So how we're going to demo this today is I'm actually going to take you outside and let you hear the noise canceling on this microphone. But we're going to use this room first because there's 2 levels of noise cancellation on this microphone. Their AI neural model has a weak and a strong setting. The weak is -15, and the strong is -40. You could probably hear right now the natural reverb of my voice in this room, especially if you're listening on headphones. You can probably hear it pretty well. But I'm going to click on the first level of noise cancellation. Hang on. And now that should be gone. You should not be hearing the reverb from this room anymore. It should sound much closer to what you were hearing out of the Hollyland when I was using it earlier. Because I use it with the noise cancellation on all the time, I love the way it sounds. Now, let's go outside, and I'll let you hear all three models out there. All right, so here we are outside. I am out back of the church building. There is a whole series of AC units right here just humming away. And then over here is a whole other series of AC units just humming away. So I'm gonna stand right about here. You can hear the AC unit. The exhaust is actually blowing right at me and the microphone. And I'm gonna activate level 2. I'm gonna activate the -40 decibels of noise cancellation so you can hear how drastic it is when I engage this. All right, there it is. So I'm probably still talking really loud to you because it's noisy out here for me, but it is not noisy for you. It's all gone. Now, I'm going to engage level 1 now so that you can hear the difference between the two. The AC units will come back, but it will not be anything like having it turn completely off. All right, so there is level 1. This is the -15. Now you can hear the units again, but it is still way clearer than it was if I did this and turned it completely off. How crazy is that? All right, so let's hit a few final features before I cut you guys loose. First of all, I know you guys have seen TikTok or Instagram videos where somebody is passing around a Rode microphone in their fingers and they're brushing the dead cat against everything, or you're getting finger noise from holding it. The Saramonic Air SE allows you to use the case as a hilt for a stick mic. So if you wanted to, you could set this up in stereo mode where the mic you're wearing is going to one channel and the mic on the stick is going to another channel, and you could actually do man on the street interviews with just this, which is really, really neat. One of the other features that is super important, and I would be remiss not to cover, is the fact that the battery life on this is phenomenal, especially for somebody that's using this every day filming content. So if you're using it in conjunction with the charging case, you get 30 hours of recording out of this. Now, if you're using just the microphone by itself, so you took one off, you put this down and walk away from it, you'll get 6 hours of continuous recording out of one microphone without noise cancellation. If you turn the noise cancellation on, you're only going to get about 4.5 hours, but that's still really good considering that the noise cancellation is a neural AI model that's giving you 40 decibels of environmental noise reduction. Now, the last feature that is really, really cool is that with most of the Saramonic microphones, there is an app that accompanies them that gives you control over quite a few features. Of course, all the things that you have regular access to, like noise cancellation, the start-stop button, things like that. But you can also control the channel mode, so you can set it up in stereo, mono, or safety modes. In the safety mode, it basically means you get an extra 6 decibels of padding for things like mastering, clipping, stuff like that. As well, you can control your mutes from there, and some signature sound profiles and EQ models that Saramonic has already put together for you. What does this mean? So if you want a low cut, you can turn that on. If you want a vocal boost, you can turn that on. If you need a high boost, you can turn that on. So features like that, as well as you can turn the transmitter light on and off if you don't want that showing in your video. Okay, so I told you guys, if you stuck around to the end, that I would discuss why this is even relevant to a channel that focuses on worship and worship technology, AVL, things like that. So there's something that churches are doing these days that I think is a great way to engage your live stream audience, because we don't want them to just observe worship from afar. We want them to engage in worship with us. And one of the ways churches are doing that is by doing a pre-service host or a pre-service interview. So this is usually during your countdown that's aired live. somebody comes on for a minute or two, and they're discussing what's going on that day within the faith family, whether that's upcoming events, whether that's what the sermon's going to cover that day, or the music that's going to be covered during worship. And so that's one option where you take a phone and a wireless HDMI and something like the Saramonic Air out into your common space. The morning's going on behind you, and you have a couple of hosts that welcome everybody to the live stream and discuss what's going on that day. The other option, and there's a lot of churches doing this now because it allows you to keep your announcements to a very concise time frame, and that is video announcements. So you would take, like this, an iPhone and plug the Saramonic receiver into it, put on one of the microphones, and then sit down and record your announcements. Then you can export that, edit it, and play that on a Sunday morning during your announcement spot, and it actually allows you to use it like a bumper where it's going on while transitions are happening on stage, and it makes things very clean and seamless. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. The product review thing is not something I do very often, but I was really excited to be part of the release of the Saramonic Air SE. So thank you to Saramonic for asking me to be a part of this. As well, thank you guys for your continued support of the channel. If you're interested in getting your hands on a microphone set like this, I'll have links in the description below, and I think if you use my link, you'll actually get 10% off of the Saramonic Air SE as a thank you for being part of its release along with me. So thank you guys for being here today. Love to hear from you down below what you think about the sound profile of this microphone, and I will see you guys real soon.